Good evening, Rocket Radio fans.
Hey.
And this is not going to be the intro that you're used to.
No, it's not.
No. And this is something that before you hear the typical "and we're back,"
Right.
Steve and I wanted to record something in super high quality because the recorded program, we're going to peel back the curtain just a little bit. The quality of the recorded program, for some reason, because my mixer was taking a shit, suffered tonight. But it was so good.
We got to keep it.
We got you guys to listen to this absolutely raw.
Yep.
We are not re-recording the
way.
entire show tonight.
You're getting
We didn't figure it out until our phone guest came on.
Right.
So Rocket Radio fans,
here you go.
We are opening it up. We're being honest, and we just wanted to say, now we're back.
You got it. From a cardboard box.
The crowds, the noise, the same old bag of notes. Wouldn't you like something new to rock out with? This is it.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Huh?
This is your opinion?
It's a fact.
Buffy, do you know what this is?
A 1970 Oldsmobile 442 with a 455 cubic inch engine, radial tires, and bucket seats.
I'm impressed.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
Welcome to Rocket Radio Season 2.
It's all fixed, and we're back! Wow, super overmodulating, holy crap, and I don't even care. We haven't been here in so long, I'm blowing up the screen. Rocket Radio fans, you know who it is, your favorite host with the most, DrJay here with my partner in crime all the time, Mobile Steve, Stephen Minore, cas-am Performance, Rocket Radio, Rocket Report, Stephen Minore.
We are back.
We are back. And I'm sure you didn't even realize this, but I remember everything. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, I do my research once in a while.
Yeah,
it's been a year.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and we have not been on, just so you know, since May 30th.
That can't be.
It is. We did a pre-cap before Mohegan Sun, Barrett Jackson, and we dropped the ball because life got in the way, and we didn't even do a recap. So that's really not important now. We're not even going to talk about Mohegan. Because you know what we're going to talk about? The next one.
Yeah.
So we're going to fly through tonight. I am juiced up. I'm coffeeed up. This is going to be the most streamlined show. And we say that now because it's probably going to still be an hour.
Probably.
But we got a scheduled phone guest tonight.
Yes, we do.
Tell Rocket Radio Land who the scheduled phone guest is tonight.
Jeff Walsh.
Okay. I know Jeff. No, I don't know Jeff.
I don't know if you
Jeff
know.
is the new president of NEOC, and for everyone out there, that's the New England Oldsmobile Club.
He's been there for a while.
I've known some past presidents, sure.
7-8 years.
We're going to get him on the phone, and normally we put it out there before we know we're going to schedule, and Steve's like, maybe we'll get so-and-so, maybe they'll call. Tonight we have it scheduled.
Yeah, we do.
So if we time this right and we watch our watches and we don't stop and we're going to record straight through, the phone's going to ring at the exact right moment.
That's right.
It could be.
Could be.
Who knows? So we may be in the middle of something.
I'll be setting up the Bluetooth live.
I don't even know. So
I don't
there.
care.
So how's the first year of marriage?
It was good.
Yeah. You're still married?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happily married.
There you go. So it's not just a piece of paper. There's a difference.
No. This is we've been together for a long time. It was more of a I don't know. We just needed to get married.
Yeah.
We needed to get married so we could have benefits.
Life.
Yeah, life.
Right.
So, we did it. We had a great time.
Formed that
Unfortunately,
partnership.
haven't gone on honeymoon yet, and we're thinking of where we're going to go. And I can clue you in a little bit what our thoughts may be.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get that out of you at the end.
Keep the people on suspense. Now, quick.
Go ahead.
Just real quick.
Go ahead. Where are you
going? We're thinking of going to Winter Nationals, Pomona, starting out there.
That's definitely.
February.
I'll bet you she threw that in the hat, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was her idea. Like, okay, Barb, here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put 5 ideas in a hat, and you put 5 ideas in the hat, and we're gonna pick some ideas and we're gonna narrow it down. So I'm sure when you picked out of her hat, it said Winter Nationals, right?
It did.
Yeah. Okay.
Because your brother lives right there.
Oh, so bonus.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
So you can go see some family, and you get to go see Winter Nationals.
Yes.
And that's usually February.
Yeah.
Out in Pomona. Yep.
Yeah.
California, first race of the year.
Never been out there.
Yeah,
Never been to the track.
Oh.
that track.
Wow. Well, rumor has it, and NHRA fans, if you can correct me on this, I think I read a long, long time ago that Pomona is obviously an NHRA-owned track, and it's not open. It's only open for the 2 events, the bookend events. I have heard this. There's no street nights, no events like a regular drag strip. That is it. It's open in February, and it's open at the championship in November. So if anyone out there, I don't want to look this up. Someone correct me. Hit them with the email.
cas-am performance at sbcglobal.net.
Right. You would think I would know this being a super NHRA fan, but I really think that's true. So someone
might be right.
Right. Check that out, folks. Right. Email Steve. Send him the hate mail, not me.
Yep.
So it's all good. cas-am Performance on Facebook, cas-am Performance on Twitter. Do you even remember your Instagram?
I don't know.
Look up cas-am Performance on Insta.
Minore W31 maybe.
Yeah, putting up some good pictures.
Yeah, I haven't done it in a while.
I know, because we haven't been here in so long. I haven't smack you around a little bit.
Been crazy. Been to Florida a couple times. Gardner helping them out with finishing up some
The
projects.
boys at Gardner, we love them.
Yeah, we got that blue W3070 is ready to go.
And that's the Clink car?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay, so I have been keeping up.
Yep. Clink's car.
We haven't had Ken Clink on, but we've talked about him many
we'll
times.
Have him on. You know, that's going to be unveiled at McCacken this year.
Oh, that means we're going to have to get all them on coming up November. I don't even have the dates.
We're going to ramp.
Yeah,
it's the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Simple as that. Chicago, as always.
Absolutely, every year.
Well, we don't want to waste time on McCacken.
Year.
Oh, wow.
Last year was the anniversary. 10.
Really? So we got to get the Area 1 Super Uber Cop Professional Coordinator, our buddy Jimmy McKeag. We got to get him on. You know, W31 Registry Jimmy and Marketplace Jimmy. And I wish he was on tonight because there are 3 cars that I want to talk about.
He's busy. He's getting ready for a car show on Sunday.
All right. Which car show?
I think it's the Quad States.
Oh, because you have another car show coming up, which
we're
bouncing all over the place. I was going to talk about it at the end, but we'll talk about it now. Sunday. Local folks, this Sunday, September 15th. I used to DJ this show for many, many years. I hosted this one, and it's at a new location now, I believe, for the 3rd year at the new location. Southington Drive-In, NEOC. Check them out on Facebook, New England Oldsmobile Club. Their annual all Oldsmobile car show benefits Shriners Children's Hospital.
Absolutely.
It's always a great time. There's judge classes. Everything. There's the seniors. There's the past winners area for parking.
Yep.
It's packed. I mean, this is like a mini nationals without it being the nationals for all the years that I hosted it. It's legit. This is not a cruise. This is a judged cool thing. Food, folks, fun, vendors, raffles, 50-50s. And
23 years now.
we're gonna get Jeff Walsh on when we talk, and we're gonna talk to him about that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So.
What do you want to do now?
Well, I have more anniversary stuff.
All right.
We haven't been on in so long. And I keep saying, we got to streamline tonight. We got to streamline.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We'll get it in.
Well, I'm out of practice. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm out of practice. Yesterday, a past guest had a wonderful milestone birthday. And that was my nephew, Nico Giano. Nico was on season 1, episode 10. Made his first podcast appearance with us right here at Rocket Radio Land.
Yes, he did.
Nico just hit the big 2-0.
Man.
Yeah, college sophomore.
It's crazy.
Yeah, right? Passed the postal exam already. So, yeah, and for everyone that knows Nico, this is a big deal. These are some hurdles and some amazing stuff. This dude is on his way.
He's definitely on his way.
And the Irish twin, as we like to call them, his Irish brother. Yeah, okay.
The day before?
The day before, right. Irish twin.
So,
my brother-in-law.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's right. So, my brother-in-law, you know, the North Haven legend, Superior Auto Body, Emilio Giano, was married in September. You ready for this? September 12th, 1997.
Right.
Gino, the first son, was born. Now, pay attention, folks. You may want to write this down. September 11th, 1998. Nico was born September 12th, 1999. Are you writing this down? So we're September 12th, September 11th, September 12th.
It's a crazy ladder.
And then they skipped a year because, I don't know, maybe his thing broke or something. And they went for it and got a girl, and that would be our girl, Princess Francesca, who is just turned 18. I want to shoot myself. And her birthday is actually in August. So for everyone out there that knows biology, and you know my brother-in-law, he obviously got my sister-in-law whacked up on Manischewitz wine on New Year's Eve, had Gino, whacked it again on New Year's Eve the next year, had Nico in September 12th, took a year off, and then threw it in. Can I say that on Rocket Radio?
Well,
He threw it in somewhere between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and out came baby girl.
unbelievable.
So
I like
so GQ, that's Gino.
GQ.
GQ just had his 21st birthday. So back to back, my nephews, love you guys, you're the best. Nico 20,
Yeah.
Gino 21, baby girl.
Am I green over there?
You're fun.
All right.
Baby girl 18.
Unbelievable.
You want to shoot yourself. So your
I'm in the
anniversary. Jack Rocket Man's birthday is today on recording
Friday
day.
the 13th.
Friday the 13th. You know, we always
Full
say
moon.
we're not going to time and date stamp it,
Yeah,
but we
we
seem
are.
to.
I don't
It's
care.
Friday the 13th.
Full moon.
Full moon. Jack's birthday too. Jack the Rocket
Last
Man.
Jack,
Happy birthday,
Rocket
Jack.
Man. Happy birthday. I know what he's doing.
And
He's
you know what else it
polishing-
was too? It's
He's
also
polishing his rocket tonight.
that sounds a little dirty.
His car.
It's also the anniversary. We're not going to talk about it because we had some great stories. Go back to episode 10, also last year, season 1, with Nico Giano was in that episode, where we talked about the wonderful stories of the Oldsmobile Nationals in Gettysburg, PA. This is also the 1-year anniversary of that.
Right.
A lot of stuff today. So there you go. Check it out. Episode 10, Season 1, Rocket Radio fans. Listen to last year's recap on Steve and Rocket Man Jack's experiences and fun story about glasses and trailers and towing and mud and grasses and parts and folks. And last year's
That was a
OCA.
That was a good time.
So
One more thing
please do.
while we're talking about
Yeah, you know what's funny is
dates.
right here. It's like, catch up. That's what I wrote down.
Yeah. I like mustard, but that's okay.
Well, my last name. Well, we won't get into that.
Yeah, all right.
I haven't heard that joke since 1982.
So all kidding aside,
Go ahead.
seriousness for a minute here. Just want to remember everybody from 9/11, whether they were first responders, whether they had anything to do with that day. I think we all had something to do with that day, not in a positive way, but I just feel for all those people that we lost that day. It was a tough day.
And still losing
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
You know, for circumstances, unforeseen heroes that were running in when everyone was running out. And these folks are dealing with the medical issues now that no one had saw coming, and they're not complaining. You know, they did their job, and it's terrible what they're going through. But
It's
yeah,
just, you know, those images are always going to be in your mind.
it makes me mad every year. You know, I wasn't even going to bring this up. I wrote
Yeah,
question
but I
mark
think
on
we should
9/11.
Give it a little, you know, I don't ever want to forget about it.
No, you don't. What's weird is I'm a history buff, as you know, and I know a lot more than the average bear. The most bears, buildings, terrorists, airplanes, death. I go pretty deep into it, not on the conspiratorial level,
because I think that's
but 9/11 was our Pearl Harbor.
Of course.
And obviously that is before modern age of media, and the only thing you know about Pearl Harbor is when they play it on the History Channel once a year.
Right.
9/11, because of circumstances beyond the social spectrum, is going to be on the tip of your tongue almost every day. And you're reminded of the good, the very good, the amazing human beings that we are on September 12th. There was a lot of memes going on, more so about September 12th than 11th. It's like, why we need to get back to what we were all like September 12th. Well, we are all like that.
Right.
The problem is the people posting that we need to get back to the September 12th, those are the ones that forgot. Those are the ones that let social media into their head. Those are the ones that let politics sit in their head rent-free. Those are the ones that are bothered and offended by so much that they're the ones that are posting the hypocritical thing. We need to get back to the way we were September 12th.
No.
I live my life like that every day.
Yeah.
As do you. As do everyone in my social circle.
Got to.
So I think it's funny. And one thing I write on Facebook, and now see, you got me mad. My tone
I'm
changed.
sorry.
It's
But
okay.
I wanted to get
I get
serious
mad
here.
because I have a
here.
very, I didn't lose anyone in 9/11. I had people that were on the ground in Ground Zero.
Me as well.
Some firefighters and police folks that are NY
Yep.
and family members. And I won't tell a story, but my brother has cheated death twice since he's this international traveler. And someday I'll tell that story. I don't tell that story
Right.
because I just don't.
Yeah.
Of my brother being like, right there.
Yeah.
So
get
I
it.
don't even talk about that.
I get it.
That's just my little tie to it.
I get it.
We won't get into it. So we do not need to get back to the way we were on September 12th.
No.
We, meaning us in this room, and everyone that we support, because we're patriotic folks.
Absolutely.
But we don't wear flags on our sleeves. You just be normal. Be nice. Stop being an asshole.
Yeah.
Facebook is not the world.
No. People.
You know what you should be using Facebook for? For going to cas-am Performance and checking out Steve and going on to Facebook and going on to Twitter. Social media. Positivity. Bring it back in your life. That's my message.
That's right.
So that's it.
All right. That's fine. I just wanted to recognize it.
I could sit here and rant for an hour.
Oh, I know.
But I'm not
Me as
going to
well.
because this is about cars.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That's right.
You know what's coming up? No, we're not doing the burnout box. We haven't done the burnout box in so long.
I know.
We'll have to bring that back eventually. Las Vegas, Barrett Jackson. You know, we always come up with our little pre-cap. It's a little term that we coined a while back. Barrett Jackson Las Vegas coming up October 3rd through the 5th.
Right.
And Steve didn't do his homework tonight.
I didn't.
And I was doing my homework when he walked into the studio. He's like, "What's that? What car is that? I think I know that car. What? Oh, man, I didn't even look these up. I thought we were going to talk about Mohegan from 4 months ago." So I did all my homework, so I'm going to get him kind of like raw.
You are.
Yeah,
you always do.
Well, that sounded dirty, too. I'm going to get Steve raw and Fast Jack is polishing his rocket.
You're all done on Saturday, Jack. You're all
well,
done. You're gonna get retired. Get ready.
Yeah. So I'm gonna skip that right there. You know what? When I'm not gonna. Well, no. I'm gonna. You know what? Before I get to Vegas.
All right.
And we're on that little car show kick. Last weekend, Labor Day weekend, always a great time.
2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago, Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
I hosted for the 12th time the 12th annual North Haven Police Department PBA and Doo-Wop Cruisers Labor Day weekend car show at the North Haven High School. And I closed my eyes. Did you watch that?
You were like,
I was pretending like I was there. I host this event. There's like 1,000 people there. We broke records this year. 327 cars. Teddy Stockman, former North Haven police officer, now school SRO. Teddy Stockman brought the guys down with all the emergency vehicles. Did a great display. Who else? John Astorita and the whole gang from Charter Oak Firebirds. They all showed up with their Trans Ams, Bandit Trans Ams. And we set up a bandit chase this year, and I threw on Eastbound and Down on my 8,000 watt car show sound system. This is not just a regular, just set up 2 speakers and you're playing all that doo-wop. No, people love what I do to this show because I really mix it up. And I drop, obviously, Jerry Reed's Eastbound and Down and outwalk 30 Bandit Trans Am, black and gold ones,
all kinds,
and 14 vintage police cars and ambulances.
Unbelievable.
Heading up Elm Street, zipping down the 40 connector for 2 miles, and I got my GoPro on the roof of one of those cop cars.
Did you really?
And I'm going to be producing that video soon. I sent the drone up, so I got them going around the property, lights and sirens. So look out for that.
You did a walk around, too.
And I did a walk around live. Yeah. So check me out on Facebook. That's Jason, Heintz. Live video from that September event. It was Sunday, Labor Day. Whatever it was. But I'll be producing that, so check it out. Make sure you come back. DrJay on YouTube.
Nice.
That video's going up in a little bit.
Nice.
What are you holding? What's that?
It's a matchbook.
What is that? It's red. It's laminated.
It says.
I want to get to Vegas. What? Now I'm curious. Now I'm curious.
Hurlburt Motor Company, 400 South Orchard Street, Wallingford, Connecticut. Try a 70 Escape machine. Oldsmobile.
Wow. Is that like
matchbook from 1970?
It's legit?
Yeah, on the inside.
Oh, look
it's got
at
the
that.
models. Check it out.
That's badass.
It is. I love it.
That is so cool. I will take a picture of that and I'm gonna put it up right here.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
That is cool. What is that? What does it say on the back there? What is that?
Well, it's got the Oldsmobile Rocket.
Yeah.
Escape from the Ordinary. It says close cover before striking. Matches.
Mm-hmm.
Little caution.
Well, I'll go get one of my cigars right now and we can strike them.
There's nothing there. It's pretty cool.
You'll see in the picture. It's empty. It's flattened out. It's
in my
nice.
trunk of my car for Sunday.
Oh, there you go. So it's vintage.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Spirit item.
Sunday.
Spirit item.
Smack you Sunday. For those that just tuned in. Sunday, this Sunday, September 15th, NEOC, New England Oldsmobile Club, annual Oldsmobile car show up at the Southington Drive-In in Connecticut.
Speaking of NEOC,
Go ahead.
the Prez is texting me and saying, when do you want me to call in?
Why, does he want to call in now?
You can call in anytime.
You want to do that?
Oh, it's up to you.
All right, well, tell him to call in right now.
Well, what should I do?
Just tell him to call.
Well, I got to set my Bluetooth up.
Don't worry about your Bluetooth.
What do you mean?
Just tell him to call. Forget that Bluetooth thing. Just call him. Just forget it. Forget it. Just call him.
All right.
Just call him. Go ahead.
All
All right,
right.
it's ringing. It's ringing. Whatever. It's ringing again.
He'll
It's
pick
two.
up.
He'll pick up. Go ahead.
Come on,
There's
Jeff.
3 rings.
Up.
Pick up the damn phone. Hello. There's 4 rings. Do people not know how to pick up the damn cell phones these days? We're gonna have to hang up. You're gonna have to call back. There's 5 rings. He doesn't even have voicemail. What the hell?
Where the hell is he?
Where is he? All right, we'll call him back. Let's try it again. All right, hold on. Dial his number again, Steve.
All right.
Hold on. Let's try this again. Maybe there's something wrong with your cell phone. We can't get it. All right, there you go. Hey, it's ringing again. We'll try it.
All right. Hopefully he picks up.
Maybe he'll pick up this time. I don't know. No, for everyone out there in Rocket Radio Land, we're trying to get Jeff Walsh on the phone, and he doesn't seem to be picking up. This is driving me nuts. You know, I'm going to cancel your phone guest in a second.
Holy shit.
I am, because he's not picking up the phone. Well, this is like that awkward silence thing. Oh, wait, I just heard it. Jeff, is that you? Are you there?
Are you there, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey! You must have been fumbling with an earpiece or something since we called you 3 times. Take your phone off mute sometime there, buddy. So we're on the phone, folks. Rocket Radio Land. DrJay, Mobile Steve, as always, on the line tonight after 3 attempts, 2 attempts, however many times. Jeff Walsh, president of NEOC, the New England Oldsmobile Club tonight. What's going on, Jeff? How are you?
Welcome.
Doing pretty good. Enjoying the nice weather finally here.
Oh, yeah.
And getting ready for our big show that we have on Sunday, Sunday at Southington Drive-In.
Hell yeah.
23rd annual Oldsmobile show.
Yep.
Which is sponsored by our club. The benefits of the show go to the Shriners Hospital up in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Amazingly enough, it's our 23rd anniversary of this show.
Hard to believe.
It's been going on for 23 years, so we've got a pretty good cult following of cars, and we're hoping for a good turnout this weekend.
Yeah, how's the weather look so far?
Right now, weather's looking sunny and nice on Sunday. Looking like we're going to have a high temperature of about 75 to 80, I think, on Sunday.
You sound like a weatherman, Jeff.
Morning, but that's not going to be a problem.
You sound like a weatherman, Jeff.
Now, I don't think you and I have ever passed in the night, so to speak, but I DJ'd and hosted this event for many, many years for you guys, thanks to Steve. And I hung up my headphones about 3 years ago from hosting that. And I was the last year I hosted it was the last year on the Berlin Turnpike.
Right.
And now you guys are over at the Southington Drive-In, which is awesome. Yeah. But one thing I asked Steve, and he didn't know the names, was who did you succeed?
I succeeded Glenn Morris.
Oh, a good friend Glenn, yes, Red 68 Glenn, right? Ramrod Glenn.
Yeah, Ramrod Glenn, yeah.
Yep. I know Glenn way back.
Succeeded Glenn, about 6-7 years ago, I think it was.
Yeah.
Now, it's been a while.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that long.
It's been a while. Glenn basically wanted to enjoy retirement and wanted to kind of dial it back a little bit in regards to his level of involvement in the club. And I think after at that point in time, 15 plus years, I think he deserved it. So after a little bit of convincing and persuasion, I managed to get a accepted the offer to take over per se.
Right.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Well, he was a great president, and everybody that is in charge of that job always does a great job, including yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of challenges to go with it, but I'm still young and dumb, so I'm willing to take it on. No, Glenn's still active in the club. Glenn's still our secretary and our membership coordinator. So, Steve, in about another year or two, he's going to be looking for another $100 out of you to keep your membership paid up for another 5 years.
I know. I can't believe it's almost through that already.
You forked out a $100 bill that
I know.
at the banquet.
I know. That was pretty funny.
So yeah, that was pretty funny at the banquet table, huh, Jeff?
Yeah, that was funny. As you were as you're walking around the entire show that week, as is looking as Mr. Important, Mr. 442 expert here, and you couldn't even give us a time of day to basically to pay us here for your membership.
I know.
So we finally got a hold of you at the banquet that night,
Yeah.
just before the meal started.
Right.
That was
funny.
out the $100 bill.
It was funny because that's like one of the first nationals I've been to in a really long time, and you know, my involvement, my involvement with the
that was a nice one.
My involvement with the club, you know, previous years to that had slowed down tremendously. You know, for the last probably 6-7 years, I wasn't really functioning in the show because I just had all the stuff going on, and that was like the first time I kind of like got back in, you know, paid my dues, saw everybody that you know I haven't seen in a while.
It was also the first time really since Sturbridge that the Nationals was, I don't know if you want to say in our backyard, but at least within a reasonable drive.
Yeah.
Because when I first got involved after the 2010 Nationals in Sturbridge, 2011 was out in Reno.
Yep.
And then 2012 was out in Des Moines, Iowa, and that was the first one I went to, and I kind of got bit by the bug and had been going since.
Yeah, no, you've...
So so pretty much I was getting used to just taking the car trailer and the truck and going west on I-80 in Pennsylvania, and eventually taking some side road off of that at some point, either to go to Cincinnati or to go to Brookfield, Wisconsin, or to head out to Des Moines or Springfield, Illinois. So for the next couple of years, we were in the Midwest. And then 2016, we got down to Kingsport, Tennessee, and that was where we started to get a little bit better attendance of NEOC members at the show.
Right.
And then it really picked up last year for Gettysburg, since it was in our backyard practically.
Yeah, it's nice. And you've been to every national event since when?
I've been to every national since 2012, Des Moines. That was my first full national. Wow. Basically, just to kind of give a little bit of history about me, I didn't even know about the OCA until about 2008, 2009, as I had my Oldsmobile then still. But basically what I was looking for, I was trying to get a replacement steering wheel, because I had that hard plastic steering wheel, and that they start to crack and fall apart over time because of the heat and the cold and all that.
Right.
And mine was really starting to fall apart and show some age. And my uncle had recommended to me at the time that I should join the OCA, as I could probably get some referrals or resources or links or whatever you want to call it to basically try to find a replacement one.
Right.
Because trying to find replacement parts on a 1985 full-size Oldsmobile is not the easiest thing in the world, even to this day. Busick doesn't stock a lot of stuff for my model in my era, so that's not really an option. So it's basically a lot of junkyard searches, Google searches, eBay searches, and all that. So that was how I found out about the OCA. So I signed up for the OCA, I think it was somewhere in the end of 2009. Found out about the Sturbridge Nationals in 2010.
Right.
So I was originally going to bring my car to it, but it was unfortunately delayed in the body shop getting the rust repair and the paint work done. And in retrospect, it's a good thing I didn't go, because I truly would have had my butt handed to me. I would have been completely embarrassed. Even though I would have had the car freshly redone, I still didn't have engine compartment cleaned up, underside cleaned up, and everything. And I just would have truly been embarrassed next to all the caliber of cars that were there. So I went up there on Friday for the day just to kind of walk around with my father, and just had a great time.
Right.
And then I really wanted to get my car to a Nationals, but unfortunately Reno was just way too far away to go to. So I really committed all in to basically towing the car out to Des Moines, Iowa to go to that show. And that was my first National. That was where I met a couple of people from the Dixie Olds Club in the hotel bar that night.
Right.
That I still talk to this day and still run into every year at the Nationals.
Of course.
And, that was also when I first met Steve Jerome, who's the model year advisor for the full-size cars of my era.
Right.
He drove one of his cars out to Des Moines with his young son, Steven, who was like, I think 12 or 13 at the time.
Yeah.
And it was just a blast.
Yeah.
I don't even need to ask anything.
I know. I was going to ask him what car. I was going to ask him.
Like list of stuff.
He answered everything one shot.
Talking to Mr. Jeff Walsh. Yeah. I'm like, okay. As he's talking, I'm like, okay, check. Yep, your car. Yep. Sturbridge.
How long?
Where you been? Where you going? Which nationals?
Yeah.
So you checked 9 out of 11
but just give a little bit of background
already.
on my
Did
car.
pretty damn good.
My car's been in my family since day one.
Yeah.
Oh, there
I
we
was
go.
with my father when he bought it on the showroom floor of Alderman Motors in March of 1986.
Unbelievable.
My father had just taken a job at Thompson Candy Company in Meriden, Connecticut. He was going to be the sales manager over there. And since he was going to be the sales manager, they gave him a car allowance to go buy a car because he was going to be doing a lot of traveling around the Northeast and all that stuff. So he had I think it was a $15,000 cap that he could spend on a car.
Wow.
So he started looking around, and my father's about 6'1", so my father liked a big full-size car and everything, so he had plenty of leg room and all that. And so this is now March of '86. So this is at the time that GM started to downsize all of their full-size cars and become front-wheel drive. All the full-size Cadillacs are now transverse mount V8 front-wheel drive cars.
Yep.
The Oldsmobile 98 had been downsized, but the Delta 88 in 85 had not been downsized yet.
Right.
So we go into Alderman Motors. We're looking around. Of course, they steer you to the Cadillacs first because they're more money.
Right.
But obviously, that was outside of his price range that he had. I mean, he could have bought one, but he would have had to have paid the difference himself.
Oh.
So he decided, well, that wasn't going to work. And he wasn't a fan of front-wheel drive cars. He didn't like the smaller ones. So then they point over to the other corner of the showroom floor where they have this last full-size Delta 88, but it's a two-door. And my mother explicitly said to my father and me before we left to go out car shopping, don't get another two-door, because my dad previously had an 81 Cutlass Supreme two-door. And trying to get my brother and me in the back seat was sometimes a challenge. Going on a car trip, you only have two doors, bit of a challenge. And what do? We come back with the two-door Delta 88. My father loved it because it was nice full size. He had plenty of leg room and everything. And it was like $13,500.
Wow.
Right at the mark.
Perfect.
So pretty much he put a deposit on it. They held it. He wanted to get one of the sunroofs put in that they had in the Cadillac. So they took the car up to East Coast Conversion that was over in Berlin at the time, I think.
Nice.
And they cut the hole in the roof and they put the sunroof in.
Yeah, that's what they did.
And all that stuff. And he picked it up a couple days later, and he had it for about 3-4 years until they gave him a different company car because he had put about 65 or so thousand miles on the car. And then I was now about 14 or so, maybe 14 and a half, somewhere around there. And the biggest problem we had was we couldn't sell the car. No one wanted to buy a two-door. Everyone wanted a four-door.
Wow.
So we ended up keeping the car, and I learned how to drive on it when I was 16. And then my father decided, well, it's a big car, it's slow, it's safe, so that's going to be his first car. And I just fell in love with it. Wow. So I drove it in high school. I didn't care that people said, oh, the car's too big or whatever. It got me around. It was fine. I loved it. And then I used it in college and everything, and I used it for full-time work until September of 2001 when I finally bought my first new vehicle. But then I decided, well, I'm not going to get much for the car if I sell it. It's got a lot of sentimental value with it to me, and I decided I'm just going to hold on to it. So I held on to it, still used it a little bit for work and everything, and then finally in 2009, I finally decided I'm going to have to dive in and commit and basically get my rust work done on my on the bottom of the doors, the wheel wells around the quarter panels, all the common areas that you get rust around here.
Sure.
And I finally committed to doing all that. It was either do that and let the car have a second chance or let the car die a slow, painful death. And I said, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And went all in, and many dollars later, and about 6-7 months later, the car was back from the body shop. All the rust work was done and all that stuff was done. Car was repainted, looked nice. I still had to clean up the engine and clean up the interior and take care of a lot of grease stains and oil blow by on the bottom side because the car had over 200,000 miles on the engine, and the engine has never been taken out and or rebuilt.
Holy cow,
I finally had the timing chain replaced at Alderman about 4 years ago.
Oh, my God.
That was the original timing chain.
You know, the funny thing is, holy cow, I had no idea that car had so much lineage in your family.
Family history with me, yeah.
No, I had no idea. Holy cow. Man, am I out of the loop.
Wow. Yeah, so that car's got a lot of history. So my father put the first 65,000 miles on it, and I put the rest on it.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Now it's at 233,000 and change.
Unbelievable.
And it's still the original engine that's never been torn down past the intake manifold coming off because it's got that dreaded iron block aluminum intake.
Right.
So the gaskets fail every couple of years, and you start leaking, and you start leaking antifreeze. So I've had to replace those several times, but never had to tear the engine down yet.
Wow, you never had to pull the bottom end apart. Wow.
Never had to pull it apart. The only time it's been semi pulled apart, we'll call it, was when I took it back to Alderman and made them do the timing chain because I didn't want anyone else doing it. I wanted a GM dealer to do it in case they broke a bolt or they had a problem. They're going to have all the reference materials and be able to take care of it. And plus, my mom's friend still worked at Alderman in the back office, so she made sure that the technicians covered up everything with towels and sheets and everything, and they didn't scratch the car up and all that stuff while it was there being worked on.
A piece of mind for you.
The timing chain was replaced a couple of years ago at 200,000+ miles.
Right.
Gone through a couple of radiators, gone through a couple of carburetors, but I did a compression check before I got the car repainted years ago, and I had steady compression. I think I was in the 150, 160 area. I forget the exact number, but all 8 pistons were pretty consistent. So I said, well, the engine's got steady compression, so let's go all in.
Wow. How about the tranny?
I'm sorry?
What about the transmission?
Transmission had to get rebuilt about 180,000 miles because it's the 4-speed. It's the 4-speed auto overdrive, and it's got the weak second gear band.
You got it.
But the guy that rebuilt it, he was in my high school shop class, and he said to me, "I have not seen a GM transmission go this far before needing a rebuild." Because he said most of them failed after 100,000 miles, and I got 150, 160, something out of it before I started losing second gear.
Oh, man. Unbelievable, Jeff. I had no idea. That's a pretty amazing story to go with this car.
Yeah, just a few secrets that I haven't shared with everybody yet. Or if you actually were a member for the whole duration that I was in the club, Steve,
we go.
You would have learned all this stuff over the years.
Here we go.
I just
summed
now you're learning.
Hey, you just summed it up for me in 12 minutes. Thank you.
Yeah, so that car's got a lot of history with me,
That's
and everyone kind of knows it a little bit too.
Yeah, and
but yeah,
I gotta say
but I got bit by the bug in Des Moines and everything because here I am, a rookie, have a freshly repainted car from a year earlier. Don't really know what to expect in judging, so I basically waxed and cleaned the car as best I could. I still had the engine compartment still in a bit of a disarray and still showed a lot of age and didn't have it fully degreased yet.
Right.
And I still managed to get a first place award in Des Moines. And
that was awesome.
Crap, I'm doing something right here.
That's great. Well, let's face it.
I was actually parked next to Steve Jerome's car.
Wow.
And Steve Jerome was like jealous of the paint job. He goes, "This thing is gorgeous. I wish my car looked this good." And I'm like, "Steve, your car's fine.
Right.
I wish I could be as good as your car here."
Sure,
And I just learned a lot from there, and then as I said, the bug was bitten in me.
Right.
So I decided, okay, I'm going to go to Springfield, Illinois the next year. Tow the car out to Springfield, Illinois. Different set of judges scored it differently, came up with different comments, but still managed to get a first place award. And I'm like, okay, building on stuff here. I'm still seeing new things that they're dinging me with. That's all fair, learning stuff, and then just kept on going back. And then finally in Kingsport in 2016, I managed to get best of class, but I fell short on points. Right. I was 8 points short of the 975 minimum.
Wow.
So I didn't make it to senior, and I was a little bit disgusted about that one because some of the point deductions I thought were not really fair.
Right.
But I couldn't argue enough back to get me to 975, so I just said the hell with it. We're going to go back, we're going to address some things, and then I put a lot of time and energy and effort before Gettysburg, and then I had a lot of cars in my class, and all of them looked beautiful in Gettysburg.
Right.
I could not pick one clear winner out of them. And I found out from Bill Black, who does all the tabulation. He told me Saturday night at the end of the banquet, he said there was a tie, Jeff. You and one other car tied, and they had to do a tiebreaker.
Wow.
And I was lucky enough to be the tiebreak winner.
Nice.
I managed, and somehow I was lucky enough to score a 985, so I advanced to senior now.
Nice.
So now I got to step up my game more.
Yep. That's good.
So you being the president, Jeff, you get to bring this monster out to Sunday's event.
Yes, it's going to be at Sunday's event. It'll be there. I got to wash it tomorrow. That'll take half a day. But it's going to be there Sunday in all of its glory.
So there you go. Rocket Radio, folks. Everyone that wants to see that. What a crazy story.
I know.
On the phone right now.
Unbelievable.
Jeff Walsh, president, NEOC, NEOC, New England Oldsmobile Club, promoting the show this Sunday, September 15th, Southington Drive-In. Any parting shots, Jeff, that you want to say to the Rocket Radio fans?
It's going to be a great day. Come on out and see a bunch of nice cars.
Perfect. Well, we appreciate you being on. This was a great honor, and I had no idea about that backstory, man. Holy cow. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, I was actually able to get it featured in JWO years ago. I got to find that article, as I actually had it laminated, and I usually keep it on the dashboard at shows. I got to find that.
Well, bring it Sunday so you can show it.
Somewhere.
Bring it Sunday, baby.
So you can see that on Sunday, Steve.
Sounds good. All right, well, we're going to let you go. We got a couple more things to do and wrap up before we're done for the night, but we appreciate you being on.
There's the applause.
Nice.
Rocket Radio fans, say goodnight, Mr. Jeff Walsh.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
So there you go, Rocket Radio fans. Jeff Walsh, NEOC, NEOC President, New England Olds Club, another phone guest in the books.
Nice. What a story on
Crazy
that car.
story. We always get the awesome stories on here.
Man.
We really do. We had like the Honolulu Olds that was at Barrett Jackson a while back, and that was of the other Jim, the Tale of Two Jimmies weekend. Jim Stolman's car. And now we have Jeff Walsh's story. And that's
going to be tough to beat, that one.
That was pretty good.
Family owned since
That was
new.
pretty good. You know, if you want to add, if you have a story and you want to be a guest, hit him with the email.
cas-am Performance at sbcglobal.net.
That's right. There may be someone out there that's not necessarily in Steve's
circle.
circle.
We'll have you on. Tell the story.
Tell the story, because we're enjoying the phone guest story. We said earlier when Steve and I were talking that we haven't done the burnout box in a while.
No.
I miss it.
I do
when
too.
we get stories like that, I'm happy to fill up the show with stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you. So
check them out on Facebook and Twitter, cas-am Performance. On Facebook, it's Stephen Minore, M-I-N-O.
That's right. That's right.
Email one more time.
cas-am Performance at sbcglobal.net. And look, it doesn't have to be a 442. That's a 1985 Delta 88.
Thing from a W machine you can get.
Yeah, but
that story
you know what?
Ass.
That's doesn't matter.
That's right.
The story is the
Someday
story.
I'll tell you the story about the 1984 blue Subaru.
Oh, boy.
No, it wasn't blue. The gold Subaru wagon.
No
that
way.
was my first car, the Golden Nugget.
The Brat.
But we really can't talk about stories like that.
Nope.
Nope.
Not right now.
That was before YouTube.
Nope.
What happened in the Subaru?
Nope.
So here we are. What? Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Barrett Jackson pre-cap. We're going to run through them really quick because we're going to get another pre-cap in before the show. Las Vegas, Barrett Jackson coming up October 3rd through the 5th.
That's right.
Hopefully we can get our good friend Jimmy McKeag on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marketplace Jimmy.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
He doesn't like that name too much, but we're calling him McKeag's Marketplace.
We're calling him that tonight because he's not on the
That's
show.
Right, so we're going to rip him up. Gang. So we're going to get McKeag's Marketplace back up. Jimmy McKeag, W31 Registry Jimmy.
You got it.
We're going to get him on. And there's 3 cars that I looked up. And the docket's probably going to change between now and the event. It always does.
Right.
But there's some cool, all 3 on Saturday right now. I showed Stevie these. We talked about this at the beginning of the show. Saturday, lot 670.1. The 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30 convertible was a yellow car. And it says in the description, now painted white, automatic. And 2 things that were kind of cool in there. One I remember you talking about was the Night Watch package. I actually know what that is now. And
like
another one was the Speedminder
speedometer. Yeah.
What is that?
It's you dial it for max. So if you set it at 65, when you get to 65, it buzzes.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
See, they have that. When I was down for a business trip down south, I actually went big ball this time, and I had a Cadillac CT6, and it has that in now. It's a digital thing.
That's bing, bing.
Yeah, you can.
Bing.
It'll tell you that, and it'll flash on there
Yeah.
that you exceeded your speed limit. And stuff. And then it has like a GPS related thing where it knows the speed limit of the road you're on and will flash on the dash.
Or it vibrates the steering wheel too,
The
right?
steering wheel.
Yeah, nice.
So that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Speedminder speedometer. Now. We talked about this before. That's like an option that you can't. There's only 3 of these with the Speedminder. There's no way to figure that stuff out.
Only by model and month of production. Right. So we have a list that says whatever the Speedminder code is, like U25. And in June, let's say in May of 1970, in the Cutlass platform VIN number, there was 18 cars built with the safety sentinel. You know what I mean? That's all we have.
But
for
that
data.
covers everything in production, you know.
Yeah, we can't pin it to a VIN.
Right.
You know?
Well, that would be pretty cool.
You can get percentages. You can do percentages.
You can get close. And then, I mean, in the world we're in now with social media and all these registries that are out there.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a way that you guys can start building these databases tighter and tighter.
Right.
Where it wouldn't be official, but you guys can get a really good idea of how rare certain options work in certain
you can
things.
come up with an equation, the plug-in numbers, and it'll give you percentages.
Of the Rocket Report.
Yeah, it would. You'd have to add some of that.
Yeah.
Almost like the Marty report, where it gives you a percentage of how many Mustangs were built in this color 3. That's 45% of the Mustangs built in '66.
I mean, that's
I could do that stuff.
Heard of the package, but we haven't gotten the packages, and that's another special.
Yeah, we can go through
that
a lot of them.
Into someday,
right?
You know, down the road, right here on Rocket Radio, with some of these weird packages.
Well, it's funny because some people think that certain options, you know, come on certain models. Like, for some reason, people think that. I'm not saying everybody, but certain people think, well, the sport wheel is standard on the 442. No, it's not. It's not. It's an option. And the console, it's the 4-speed console is an option. You can get the 4-speed without a console. You know,
which one's more rare, console 4-speed or non-console?
Hard to say. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. I'd have to look at that list and figure out percentages.
So as far as auction prices, which one's bringing more, or is it really?
It's not a. That's the 4-speed or automatic. That's
it.
Yeah.
Console, non-console is
not power steering, not power steering, this and that, whatever. I mean, if you have a loaded 442 convertible and you've got the window sticker and it's got every option, that adds value as well because you have the documentation to back up all the options on the car.
When we get Jimmy McKegg on, we're gonna have to.
I'm
do
yeah.
my homework.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna pull up some of these weird things.
Yeah,
and we're gonna do like Jimmy Feud, like the survey says. And, we'll do.
We'll get him. We'll get him.
So I can't wait for that. Hopefully we can get to that one towards the end of the month, week or so before.
Yeah,
Barrett Jackson.
We'll hit it. We got a good agenda coming up.
The second car that caught my eye was pretty cool. Lot 671 on Saturday. So these are almost back-to-back-to-backs, by the way, according to the lot numbers.
Right.
Saturday 671 is a 70 Oldsmobile 442. What caught me on this one was, unlike all the other Barrett Jackson listings, titles that I've seen, they usually say W30, W31. This one doesn't say W30 in the title of the vehicle.
Right.
So it's an automatic yellow, brown interior. But in the bottom of the description, it says Bill of Sale and GM of Canada documentation.
Right.
So it doesn't say W30 in the subject, but it says in the description W30 with Bill of Sale.
Right.
So are they beating around the bush that it is, it isn't,
Who
they
knows?
don't know, it could be, and I've never seen this GM of Canada documentation thing.
Well, when you speak of W30s from, 68 to 72, whatever, and it says it has GM documentation from Canada, that's usually a good thing because GM of Canada keeps records of all the cars that got sold into Canada. Yes, all W30s got built in Lansing, Michigan. They got shipped to Canada. When they went over the border, okay, VIN number, blah, 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 all the options. They have a list. There's a guy, George, that has this list. And you call him up, you give him your VIN number, yeah, okay, and he sends you the car, all the options, where it was bought new, when, and all that. So when they see GM documentation, that's like almost like a build sheet.
Oh.
Got me?
Right.
So it's pretty significant paperwork. So the way they're talking there, it could be a W30, but why would you mention a GM documentation if it was a regular 442? You can tell it's a 442 from the VIN.
It's not a talking point.
No.
To
so
say that. It's
if I was
like
going
to said that to really validate it.
I think that car's a real W30. Just to buy, I mean, they omitted a lot of buzzwords in there, and they worded it a little freaky.
I mean, I got the laptop on. We could pull it up while we're talking about this one. It's right here, lot 671.
Right.
There's the car.
Yeah.
And
it's got red wheel wells. I mean, it's, you know.
There's the VIN. Could you tell anything from the VIN?
No. It's a 442.
Okay. So
built
in the
Lansing.
description, word for word, this one owner 70 Oldsmobile features a W30 package with 455 8-cylinder engine backed by a 3-speed automatic transmission.
Right.
Let me put my car show voice on. It features an uncommon color combination painted 6 years ago and comes with its original bill of sale and GM of Canada documentation.
Right.
I sound like the guy in the movie theater.
Right. But let's reel back to Kissimmee this year in Florida.
Yep.
There was a 70 W30 that was painted battleship gray and had no stripes, blah, blah, blah. It said one owner, original documentation, whatever. That car was a real W30.
And it really didn't say that anywhere that it was.
It didn't really enforce it like, oh, my God, this is a one-owner W30. That car was a one-owner W30. I talked to the two sons of the father. And that car resides at Gardner right now, and they're restoring it.
Really?
How's that?
Oh.
Okay.
We're going to have to get back at this one.
That car was silver with black stripes.
So the person who bought this car at auction.
He bought it right. Okay,
Right.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. Go what you're going.
So the one who bought this one at auction.
Right.
And do you think anyone in the room knew, and was the price reflective of what it was or what the room thought it was or was not?
The price reflected
not knowing
or people not believing it was a W30 based on its
So it
gray
was a
color,
little low if we were to go back.
no stripes. Ugh.
Bland. Yeah.
You know? So beneath that was a one-owner car. The guy was a DuPont rep, and he loved that color. I think he was affiliated with the military, so he didn't care. He was like, you know what? I wanted to paint it that color. I think that's what I remember the sons telling me. And the mother was there. I mean, they were all there. This was like one-owner W30 with paperwork you couldn't even imagine. Paperwork that he ordered the car when he was in the service, and it came into port in New York, and just loads of paperwork. But a numbers-matching car, carburetor, distributor, block, transmission.
Checked every box.
It was a real car, but nobody gave it a chance because nobody even looked at the paperwork on that car. Because when you go and you look at the paperwork in the Mecum auctions, they have the envelope stapled. And it was stapled once.
So
once it's
nobody
opened,
opened it.
Nobody ever opened the package on that thing. I was freaking out.
So someone got a screaming deal if they really.
Yeah,
Do you think
the
the
car
guy got lucky, or he was like, really trying to poker face it and get it?
No, I helped and inspected
like,
the car
this
for
is
him.
The real deal, dude.
Just
keep it.
Yeah, not even that. But we thought it was going to go for more money. I thought the car was going to be in the 50s. It sold for like in the 30s.
Oh, we're gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to look this one.
Yeah, not to get off tangent here, but this could be potentially one of those kind of cars.
So I'm picking them out.
You gotta go look.
This could.
You
be
gotta look.
So check that one out. That one's gonna go on Saturday. Barrett-Jackson Las Vegas, October 3rd through the 5th. This is lot 671 we're talking about.
Right.
And it's yellow, brown gut. I don't know what color that top is.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to look at the collar tag, but they don't have a picture of the collar tag.
They
But
don't
one
have a
more
picture.
thing about that other car in
Go ahead.
Kissimmee.
Look at that.
All
Look
they
at
see,
that. Look at that.
The valve covers are on backwards.
Only you.
That one out of Kissimmee, to flashback quick again, they did mention original window sticker. But they did not mention anything about the broadcast card. Nothing.
And for all you know, it
And
was
dude,
in
it
the
had
envelope.
two. It had, I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, it's a real car.
We're going to have to come back to this one.
Yes,
For sure.
we're going to
So
cover
this
it.
could be a dark horse car right here.
It could be. Could be.
All right, well, we're going to have to look at that when we get Jimmy on And make sure you get Jimmy on.
I
for
might
a
be in
recap.
Vegas, dude. I might go. I may go.
All right, well, you're
MGM,
in
baby. Here I come.
Look up Saturday.
Vig me the room. Vig me the room. Let's
Shut
go.
up. Lot 672. So, again, these are like consecutive. 670.1, 671.
Yep.
And the third one I want to talk about tonight was Saturday, lot 672.
Okay.
Now, this is not a W machine.
No.
No, it's not. But this car is
What is it?
absolutely gorgeous.
What
This
year
is
is
a
that? Whoa.
72
Okay.
Cutlass 442 convertible. Viking
Okay.
blue, it says.
Yeah.
Automatic, 455.
What's the VIN?
It's a little confusing to me, and this is why. In the description, it says W29442 option, and below that it says W25 fiberglass performance hood. Now, I've been doing this with you enough that I should know this, but I don't. But that's confusing to me because wouldn't the W25 hood be part of the 442 option? And why are these listed as two different things?
No.
W29.
No.
Oh, shit.
No.
All right, go ahead.
W29 in 1972 was a 442 appearance package, meaning grills, emblems, blah, 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 blah. And incidentally, in 72, it says Cutlass on the glove box, not 442. So it was an external, wow, cool 442 package, which does not include the Ram Air W25 Ram Air hood. That was an option. But to tweak your mind a little more, 70 to 72, W30s, W31s, that was a mandatory option with the W30 package, the W25 hood.
Okay.
All right, maybe that's where you're getting a little confused.
Right, like the whole concept of the W30, it has the fiberglass.
It comes with it.
Hood.
Mandatory. You could not order a W30 without a Ram Air hood, period.
It was just all those.
That's it.
So
That's what you get.
A Cutlass, adding the 442 appearance package to a convertible, got you what?
That's it.
No.
Grills.
Okay.
Emblems.
Yeah.
I believe even the cutout bumper was an option.
Oh, okay. So,
But it could be part of the 442 package.
Now,
I'm not
things
100%.
like this, it says also sports many luxury options. Power windows, power steering, power front disc brakes, power top, 8-track player.
Right.
One of, and here we go again, one of 1,171 convertibles made in 72 and includes its original build sheet. So, cool car.
Yeah, and that's an accurate number. That's how many convertible 72 442s they made.
Right.
But
this
that's
is not breaking it down one of one with this.
No,
and that.
but
this
this
is just
car
the total number.
But the funny thing is about 72 is that's why I asked about the VIN and you totally ignored me. But that's
sorry.
okay.
In the VIN, and I
What's
think you asked me was,
yeah.
and I know without you say it, there is a U in the VIN. I know you're going to ask me that.
Right. Which
Okay.
means 455 automatic and 72.
Right. So it's the big block, not the 350 in a 442.
That's
Did I get
exactly
that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Now in 72, you could order that same car with a 350.
Right.
And it'd still be a 442 package. Right. 350 W29 option. Boom. There is one of those in Connecticut. I did the restoration on. He's the original owner. He could not order the 455 because the insurance was too much.
Oh, Jesus.
And he didn't get a Ram Air hood.
So this is a really sexy, and I love saying that word. This is a sexy car.
That's the perfect color combination.
I love
White
this
interior.
Car. Is this the same
blue.
color, same name as Frank's car, the Viking blue?
No. Frank's car is
Something
my
blue.
God.
Oh, I got you.
Twilight blue, 1970. In 72.
Is it the same hue?
No,
with a different
absolutely
name?
not. Nope.
Okay.
Absolutely, totally different.
This color is sharp.
That's Viking.
Okay. This color is gorgeous.
And it says Viking.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
It's just gorgeous. The white gut.
That's one of the top colors.
Wood grain in the door panels.
Oh, yeah.
Blue.
Oh, yeah.
This
you know, and another thing, and not to knock on Barrett's write-ups because they're pretty good on their write-ups. Power top.
Power top.
Every single one of those cars is a power top. It's not a manual top like crank it up like a window.
And it does say that white convertible power top.
They're all power tops. Every single convertible Oldsmobile ever made
I'm
in those years.
Back here because I finally pissed off Steve.
Boom.
That's
Oh,
it.
they're all
So that's our
power.
Barrett Jackson.
You
2019
got
Vegas
it.
First pre-cap. We're gonna do another one. Vegas.
I may
Barrett
be
Jackson.
there. I may be
Well,
there.
we're gonna see October 3rd through the 5th. So check out those 3 cars: 670.1, 671, 672. Check them out at Barrett Jackson online. We're gonna do another pre-cap. Hopefully the week
Yes.
before the show. Maybe we can get Marketplace Jimmy on. We'll see the tale of one Jimmy's. Who knows? Jeff Walsh was on tonight, and I'm not the famous guitarist. There's Jeff Walsh, the NEOC President, NEOC President.
I love it.
New England Oldsmobile Club. Their show's
Yeah,
coming
the
up
show's
this
Sunday. Be
September
there.
15th.
I'll be there.
Southington Drive-In. Happy anniversary again, brother.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
This was good.
This was
feels good.
I can't wait.
To
It
stretch
looks
the
good.
verb.
It feels good.
Stretch
It
the
sounds
muscles.
Good. We're at it.
Goodbye.